Bagfuel, baby.
It is a stark difference between the attitude of a black woman and the attitude of a white woman dealing with the relationship. Would you agree?
No.
What would you think? So you think that the black woman's attitude and the way she talks to men and her outlook is the same as the white woman?
Yes. The bottom line is the same.
The bottom line.
I didn't ask about the bottom.
The bottom line is the same, but how they go about it is
I'm not asking,
it's the process.
I'm not asking. The bottom line with men is the same. We all want to get pussy and find somebody and find some woman that we like, right? Black men don't go about it the same as white men do. It's a stark difference on how we carry ourselves and who we be around and what we like and how we do. Spanish men too. Spanish men are totally different than how we roll and we do things. So when you're telling me that black women and white women act the same way.
I don't think it's racial. I think it's socioeconomic. The way men move is socioeconomic. It's got nothing to do with race, in my opinion.
I'm just talking about black, because listen, I'll put it out there.
Because if you're a black lawyer, you're a black attorney, you're rolling up to whoever you like, whatever you like, differently than if you are a UPS driver. You just are.
I'm talking about relationship-wise. It's known that black women, your black side, they talk too fucking much. They got too much to say. I'll just say it. They talk too fucking much. They talk too aggressive. They think the world revolves around them, and they're not bartering. They're not coming to the table compromising. Nah, they're not doing that. Not right now in this space. Period. And if you ask people when we run shit down the line, I've fucking been on relationship shows. When you take surveys and they take different races, all the races will say the same thing about the black woman. All of them. Men and women. White women be like, yo, them black girls is crazy. Black men is like, yo, them black girls is crazy. Why is that? Because even my father, 82 years old, from Belvedere, North Carolina, who he thought he hated white women, says, yo, they just got a different type of understanding for men and shit right now, even black ones.
There's a couple things to consider.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason I say a lot of it is socioeconomic is because, obviously, white people are the majority in this country. In general, if we look at statistically across the country, there's more poor white people per capita than there are poor black people because there's just more white people, period, right? In terms of domestic violence cases, most domestic violence cases happen to impoverished people. The majority of them are white. In terms of drug use, addiction, any of that kind of stuff, drug use, alcohol abuse, also in impoverished places. You got to consider the starting point. So to me, it's anything that's race related is really rooted in whether or not somebody is coming from a place of privilege or a place of without privilege. When I say the bottom line is the same, is because white women have the privilege of just being more passive aggressive about it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Right? There's microaggression, there's passive aggression, but the bottom line is the same. And the compromises that white women are willing to make benefit them. There's no benefit for black women to be compromising in the framework in which whatever men are bringing to the table are expecting them to compromise.
Why is there benefit for white women but there's no benefit for black women?
Because the white women that are willing to compromise are either starting from a place of privilege, or the ways in which they're compromising, they're going to get privilege from whatever they're compromising for.
You think a white woman being nice and a black woman being nice equally to a black man, she would still get further? That's how I'm absorbing.
A white woman is already in a place of privilege. She's already starting
ahead. We're talking about them. We're talking about how they're relating with the other sex. If a white woman comes and is nice to me, and a black woman is nice to me, she's not getting more privilege. If anything,
the black
I'm gonna be honest, the black girl is gonna get it.
Yeah.
If anything for me, the black girl's gonna get it. I'm not coming across sweet black women. Period. When you sit down and you think about it, they have been few and far in between. Even my wife, I wouldn't categorize her as a sweet black woman. She's caring and she's affectionate. Yes. But she wants to go get her money. She's gonna talk crazy. She's gonna be out of fucking line. She's gonna lose her fucking mind and all types of shit. And then look at me and be like, yo, like,
so if
this is regular shit because this is regular shit. Let me just finish. Let me just walk the door real quick. Because this is regular shit. And I'm gonna speak to something that you said. I told Hynaken, I told my father this. I said, why in our black community and this ain't women, this is men. Every time we disagree, it's an argument. I've seen white people disagree and be like, I'm just not gonna agree with you, Johnny. And I'm not gonna agree, and we're gonna move on. But when black people, women, we always like, yo, you so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
and why the fuck you don't see what the fuck is going on? Everything is rooted, and I told my father, I said, this started a long time ago.
Of course it did.
This was learned behavior while I'm watching my sister,
That's
60
why I
years
said the
old.
starting point matters. The starting point matters. The starting point matters. As a black man, you cannot tell me from the day you were born, you have not constantly, every day of your waking, walking life, had to prove how smart you are, how strong you are, how valid you are, how emotionally intelligent you are, how useful you are. Everything about your existence is about proving your manhood. So when you ask a question like, why can't black men ever just disagree? Because there's more at stake than just disagreeing. White people can exist in mediocrity and it's fine. Black men cannot be mediocre. You have to be twice as good to get half as much. And even then, they're still gonna take it from you. So with black women, it's the same thing. You have to consider the conditioning that got them there. Ask any black woman that you don't think is sweet how many times they've ever been approached sweetly. And that'll give you the answer as to why they're not sweet.
Okay, but I'm gonna give you the other side.
Because I don't know any, if I'm honest, I don't know any black men that are ever warm and soft upon entry, that treat a woman with delicacy.
You don't think upon entry? I think upon entry they would, but as it goes along,
it turns up, Bridget. You know,
I'm saying, as it goes along, it can change to me.
Absolutely not. I don't think that's the way in which we relate to each other because there's more at stake. When I say it's different for a white woman or a white man, they can disagree and go about their business because nothing about their lives depends on it.
But
you
nothing in our lives technically depends on it.
Maybe not.
It doesn't. That's the state of mind that you want to be in. But then still.
But think about the type of conditioning you've had to have in your life to place that kind of importance on some shit that's not that important.
But is it because we've been taking advantage so much in relationships, business, that now we all come in and we all are experienced people? So when you say you haven't run into men who are sweet and inviting, half men are like that. But then women start making concessions.
They talk about him like Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
There you go. And vice versa. And guess what?
And that's it. So nobody don't want to be that. They want to be Russell Wilson because he's rich. Other than that, if he wasn't rich, niggas would be like, I would never want to be that nigga.
And what is rich? Socioeconomics. And that's my point.
Yes.
It's rooted in socioeconomics. It's not even about race, really. A white woman can leave and by default has more options just on the surface, being reg-deg, not washing her legs with a washcloth, whatever, fucking basic, not put no lotion on, whatever the meaty fucking
not put no lotion on.
Mediocre.
Yo,
a white woman can be mediocre and have worlds of opportunities more just because she's white. So there's no advantage to her. She doesn't have to raise her voice to be heard. Black women do. When they don't, they get walked over. They do.
I think that's their state of mind because when we're dealing with this, right, we have to understand that side of the black woman, and niggas do, whether they voice or not, they be like, oh, women are still supposed to be the jewel. They're still not expecting them to be the foul one. They're still not expecting them to be the liar. They're still not expecting them to do none of these things. But the problem, like I always say with the black women and the man is this. The same outlook that you're expecting us to understand that you grew up and you lived by is not provided to us the same way. And I always try to explain to black women, I love them, right? But y'all number 2 most hated. Y'all not the black man. Y'all don't have the dick. Y'all don't have the strength or nothing. So if y'all experience this much hate and this much shit that y'all gotta deal with, imagine what niggas gotta deal with. You're one of the few women that have said, couple women that sit on these shows with the cameras, it seems like they're more enlightened to the world than the rest of the women because y'all will speak up and say, yo, black man, niggas got it hard out here, y'all tripping.
That's a rarity to hear.
When we walk out this door.
It's a hot take, but heterosexual black men to me are at the bottom of the totem pole.
Okay, and when I'm telling people that, That's what's so bad is I'm fighting for my same race of women to even understand that. And they're fighting, this is what's happening. I'm telling you what they're saying.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas ain't worse off than us.
It's oppression Olympics. Y'all are playing oppression Olympics. Like it literally is. It's the all lives matter of fucking gender war. That's what all it is. It's like, well, these people matter. Well, our problems are this and our.
There you go.
It's oppression Olympics. At the end of the day, what it comes down to is how much grace are you willing to grant in order to receive it? And if the playing field was leveled by socioeconomic success, that'd be an easier conversation to have. But there's more at stake.